Hello, this is Dawn Priolat, and in this video what I'd like to do is lead you through an energy process, some energy tapping that is going to take us into some relationship issues, and specifically issues around the first chakra. Now, the first chakra is located at the base of the spine, and if you look down at your legs and your body, you are actually looking at your first chakra. It actually goes from your lower back and all the way down to the floor. And the first chakra really has to do with, number one, safety issues. It also has to do with, like I said, the body, the physical body, and everything that is solid, actually. Everything that you can actually manifest as solid reality. And it also has to do with your tribe of origin or your family of origin. So I want to talk about what this has to do with relationships and the choices that we make in relationships. What does the family have to do with that? Well, in the chakras, each chakra has its own set of vows. And a vow is like a super belief. So if you're not aware that you have these vows going on, it really can create havoc in your love life. So in the first chakra, which I said is about the family, there is a vow to either be loyal to the family and, in other words, do everything the way the family does. That means that your beliefs about love and relationships and what is possible in love and relationships have to be in congruence with or loyal to the family beliefs and the family paradigm about love and relationships in order to be loyal. Or another vow that is sometimes being expressed is the vow to, I'm absolutely not going to be like my mom. I'm absolutely not going to be like my dad. I'm going to have things turn out differently. And in the law of attraction says that whatever you put your focus on is what you are bringing closer to you. It's what you are going to manifest. And so even if you are saying, oh, I'm not going to create that kind of relationship, I'm not going to have a relationship where there's yelling and screaming and people hating each other, you're putting your attention on that. And so you probably have found that even though you really didn't want that, you ended up drawing it to you anyway. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a process that's going to help to loosen up your love paradigm, your super beliefs, the vows that you've made in regard to relationships, so that you can then not just be conscious of the vows that you made, because that's only the first step, but using the tapping process, we're actually starting to free up all of those beliefs from your energy system so that you can release them and let go of them and then be free to make healthier choices in relationships. So here's the first part of this. What I'd like you to do is, I'm going to keep my eyes open, but I suggest that you close your eyes because I want to have you go within for a moment, because we're going to ask your subconscious mind, just imagine that your subconscious mind could show you a picture or like a little movie trailer. And what I want you to have your subconscious mind show you is you as a child, probably under the age of 7, could be a little younger, a little older, but just let your subconscious mind show you as a child in the family home, the home that you were raised in, and just put your parents in there, or whoever it was that raised you. Could be a mom and a stepdad, could be, you know, depending on the age. But just put your parents in there. And notice how that child feels. Be in that child's body. How are mom and dad treating each other on an average day? How do they interact with each other? Is there a lot of arguing going on? Is there insults? Is there violence? Are they ever affectionate to each other? And also notice you as the child. Do you feel safe in that home? And do you feel loved and cared for? Do you feel adored by your parents? And think of, you know, each one separately. Your mom and your dad, or if there was a step-parent, bring the step-parent in. And what was the relationship you had with each one of your parents, as well as the relationship that they have with each other. And now, when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and I'm going to lead you through a round of tapping. And I'm going to just use some general words that may or may not apply to you, but what I want you to do is just focus on what was going on in your home, okay? And while we're doing the tapping. You know, because if my words don't quite apply, it's okay. I'm going to use some very general wording. So, we're going to just start at the top of the head. We don't need to use the karate chop point for this one. Just thinking of that visualization. There I am, this little child. And my parents don't get along at all. I don't really feel safe in this home. There's a lot of arguing. There's insults. There's a lot of tension. And I can just feel it, that something's wrong here. I can just feel my mother's unhappiness. Where's my father? My father's never there. My mother is unhappy all the time. Maybe there's shouting, maybe there's fighting, and maybe there's just a sense for that child that it's not safe here. And relationships aren't safe. Mom and dad are fighting. No one pays attention to me. I have to cry to get any attention at all. And even then, it's not the kind of attention that I really want. I don't feel loved. I don't feel wanted. Mom and dad do not get along. And I feel really insecure. I don't know from one day to the next what's going to happen. And I'm carrying all of that tension in my little body. All this tension, all this feeling of unsafety. All this feeling that something bad is going to happen. I'm still carrying that in this little body. It doesn't feel good to be here. It doesn't feel safe here. And it certainly doesn't feel very loving. Okay, now just take a deep breath. And I want you to close your eyes for a moment and take another look at that picture. And again, ask yourself, how safe does the child feel now? Notice if the picture changed. And your parents, are they treating each other any differently? And just notice how that little picture or that little movie trailer has changed. Did it lighten up a little bit? And we're going to do another round that's going to focus a little bit more on a lighter scene. So even though there was all this tension and unsafety and arguing and uncertainty, and I carried all of that in my little body, I'm going to let my nervous system know right now that right now I am safe. I don't need to carry that in my nervous system anymore. All the trauma, all the drama, all the arguing, all the violence, all the drinking, the drugs, and everything that was going on, I don't have to carry that feeling of I need to run, I'm not safe. I don't need to carry that anymore in my nervous system. I'm letting my nervous system know right now that it's okay now to let that go. It's okay now to feel safe. And now tapping through the points, I'm willing to let go of all of that drama. I don't need to recreate it anymore. That was their thing. And I'm now starting to realize that I unconsciously have recreated the whole thing in my relationships, in my life. All of that trauma, all the drama, all of the ups and downs, all of the roller coaster rides, all of the unavailable partners I've had in my life who couldn't love me because they're strong and silent. All of that drama that I now realize comes from my childhood. And that little child that didn't feel safe was just trying to reenact things to try to make it come out better. And I can choose to let all of that go now. That whole story of the trauma and the drama, I can choose to let that go. Okay, so now what I'm suggesting is some of you may not have been ready yet for that second tapping round because you may have still had a lot more stuff to go through with the first tapping round. So what I suggest you do is go back and go through this video again and again as many times as you need to so that you can kind of bring the intensity down. And any feelings that come up like anger, sadness, whatever, any of that that's coming up, fear-based feelings, then you'll need to tap on that as well. And I will see you in the next video.